This is a caffeinated risk espresso shot with Rachelle Loyear.
To your point earlier, Rachelle, about this idea of knowing the human in the equation, getting to understand what these people need to run every day. And it's amazing to see the change in how you go from department to department, from company to company, and the questions that you ask, but the answers you get are so wildly different. That I think that's the intriguing part of the world when you look at it from that risk-based approach is, okay, great, now how can we take a look at this problem from a different aspect? I don't know. I find it really interesting. You get in these meetings and all of a sudden the room gets quiet because you're that security person asking to help and you just want to talk about business. They get all freaked out. It's like, what do you mean?
Like asking people in plain language with no jargon and not acting like you are delivering wisdom from on high, shockingly goes a long way towards building that relationship. And I mean, I am heartened by how much I see people in security embracing that.
But the communication, the clear communication idea. Okay.
The ability to treat your business partners as true business partners. I hanging around security people for the past 15 years, I have definitely, it's not perfect, but I've seen absolute incremental progress from this department of no, this I know best, do what I say, to a much more open approach, much more collaborative approach. And it makes me feel good that I have been part of helping drive that change, as small as it might have been through the work that I've done. And I think it's just going to keep going. When I interact with young people in this industry, even more so, because they are more driven. I'm a Gen Xer. I got it. I got control of this. That's my generation. And the next generation is even more collaborative and more egalitarian. So I can only see it getting better as it goes along.
I remember reading an article years ago and sort of puzzling at it because there was still lots of Department of No hangover, legacy, whatever. But this, security as a business enabler. And you sort of think, it sounds all fuzzy in that. But as we look forward and we look at all of these different risk scenarios, as I'm reading this is dawning on me. In this particular article, I think it was talking about undersea drilling or something like that, and how they could actually securely do this activity. And as a result of putting in these capabilities and these controls, the organization that probably would have had to spend a few $1 billion to make this work felt that their money was well spent and they could get it back, versus we're not sure this is going to work out. We look at all of the risks that would be in an operation like that. Cyber's just one little piece of it, What if two guys go a little cabin crazy and one of them throws the other one off the platform? Like, that's a real thing you got to think about. If somebody gets sick, how would you quarantine them so the rest of the ship doesn't get sick? Like, we never really sort of think about those as securities and risks, but they are. And those would impact your business, right?
And that's why it so has to be a team effort to make sure everything is happening. You can't just, honestly, you can't just say security risk.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's why it's why risk management is a much larger concept. It's why you have to bring security into the fold of it to be managed, along with operational risk, along with financial risk, along with all of the different kinds of risk that you could possibly see. Why would you leave security out of that equation? And the reason is that for a very long time, security was like, oh, this is special. It's not like other risks. This is we know, we know, we got it. We got this. And now security is saying, I'm a risk that you need to deal with the same way you deal with all those risks. Decide your tolerance, please, because you're not giving me money for zero tolerance. which means if we're not budgeting zero tolerance, then we have to start really treating it as a risk equation, a risk question that the business has to decide. Like, I am sure that one day, 75 years ago, somebody had a perfect budget that was a zero tolerance budget, but past that one person that had that one time, I never experienced it personally. Like, we keep hoping for it. Like, once I joined the vendor side of things, that where's your budget question becomes a little bit more important. But that's just selfish. I like seeing that we are coming into that business enabling fold that everybody else has been in for a while. That they just take it for granted. Like, yeah, I take a financial risk. That's what I do. All right, okay. So what's your risk tolerance for losing that large warehouse? Like, are you cool with it? Like, it's a financial risk. It's a operational risk. But if you're cool with it, then don't spend money to protect it, please, because it's not worth it to you. On the other hand, universally, when I talk to people about how they feel about their employees, they're like, yeah, need to protect them.
Don't forget to subscribe to Caffeinated Risk on your favorite podcast service. This way, you'll be notified when we release our next podcast, and you can listen to our previous guests just in case you missed them. Thanks so much for listening to Caffeinated Risk.